Hey guys, it's Gita. Welcome back to my channel. I look a little off right now because I have a full face of foundation on and my brows on and a little eyeshadow, but I don't have anything else on. And that's because I actually want to test out some products and do like some first impressions for you, and I'm also going to do a haul. So I'm actually going to be showing a bunch of products from e.l.f. today, or e.l.f. I think it's just e.l.f. Eyes, Lips, Face. So I'm sure all of you have heard of the brand. They primarily do really affordable makeup. A lot of the price points are as low as $1 up to like maybe $6 to $10. I don't think any of their products are more than like $10, except for maybe like sets or collections. So my history or my experience with them is that I have really honestly haven't used any of their products in years. When I first got into makeup, I did buy a bunch of stuff from them and I really liked their blushes. I also had an eyebrow kit. It was the first like eyebrow product I ever tried, was their little like brow wax kit. And I had some brushes as well that I actually liked, and I ended up getting rid of them over the course of time as I collected sort of nicer brushes. I do still have, I think this is the only thing I probably still have from them, is the fan brush, and I actually love this. I love this for applying highlight specifically. It's super soft, and I think this is like a $2 or $3 brush. There was an option to get a rebate because it was like supposed to come with, I think, a magazine subscription, and instead of getting the subscription, you could opt out and get a $24 rebate. So I actually spent $32 and I got a $24 rebate. So I got all of the stuff in the bag for $8. So I think I got a total of like 10 or 15 products for $8. Basically, it was an amazing deal. So I picked up a couple of brushes. This one is called the Small Tapered brush. Their brushes are super soft, everything's synthetic, so they don't use any like natural hairs. So if you are someone who seeks out, you know, synthetic brushes, they're great. e.l.f. is also a cruelty-free brand as well, which is awesome. So this one is pretty soft, and this actually, it kind of reminds me of like a slightly bigger version of my Real Techniques setting brush. So I think it would actually be really nice for like highlighter or for setting powder. I'm gonna try it for that. And then this is the Ultimate Blending Brush. Immediately I can tell it just fell apart just now. And this is one of those things where normally if I had something break on me when I took it out of the package, I would send it back. So I have no qualms about this coming apart, but just an FYI, that can happen. So I'm just gonna keep it tightly twisted. This is just a dense kabuki brush, nothing really too special, I guess. This might work well for foundation. I might try it for that, so we'll see. I got this, it kind of came out of the package here. I got this lip exfoliator, which I actually have owned before. I had this a few years ago, and I think I used the entire thing up. Basically, it is a lot of you guys have probably used this. This is a really popular product of theirs. It's basically like an exfoliating, like shea butter type treatment for the lips. Very moisturizing also. So this is a great one to, it's not super exfoliating, but this would be a good one to like throw into your purse because it travels like a lipstick, but it does exfoliate the lips. So this would be perfect for traveling or anytime you don't want to throw like an entire lip scrub into your bag, because I don't see myself like carrying a lip scrub around on a regular basis. So I got two of these blushes, cream blushes actually. So the packaging actually is slightly different, but I believe it's the exact same product. This is like the new packaging. This one is called Peach Perfection, and this one's Rose Royalty. They only had 2 shades. I picked them both up. God, this packaging is a struggle. So this is what the packaging looks like, and these are again, the cream blushes, and this is the peachy one. So as you can see, it's just basically a cream in a little pot, but you know, it's like a small kind of sleek little package there. And then this is the rose color. So I'm gonna go ahead and, because I said this was gonna be first impressions, I am gonna be trying some of these items out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this onto my cheeks here. I'm just gonna use my finger and we're just gonna see how it goes. So I've got some product on my finger here. It has like almost a gel consistency. It feels a little, it's very slippery, very smooth. I think it hopefully should blend in nicely. So I'm just gonna kind of, well, it doesn't blend in as nicely as I had hoped it would, though I don't know what exactly I was expecting. I'm gonna spray some of my Smashbox primer water, because I think maybe my Beauty Blender was getting a little dry, and that maybe with a little bit of liquid it would blend a little better. I mean, it was okay. It blends it in okay. It's a little bit patchy, I think. Usually what I do with cream blush is I usually use cream blush as a base for a powder blush. So when I do use cream blush, I'm typically applying a little bit to my cheeks and then I do go back over it with a powder. I love blush and I like a really intensely blushed look. And that just intensifies it, and I find I get, you know, it's longer lasting that way also. I picked up a couple of eyeliners. So I picked up the Intense Ink eyeliner and in 2 shades, and one of them, what's confusing me is it's the same product, but one has like a large tube and one is small, so they might have different points. But I actually picked up one in navy and one in black. I don't have a navy eyeliner. The tips don't look very different to me. We have the black one there in the larger tube and the blue one. So there is a difference in size, but I just wanted to show the difference between these. They are both called Intense Ink Eyeliner, so it's a little confusing. I don't even remember why I ended up getting them in 2 different sizes, but perhaps it's that they changed the packaging. I'm not totally sure. I picked up a baked blush in the shade Peachy Cheeky. This is the packaging, and the baked blushes are supposed to be really great, but this is what the color looks like. It's actually really pretty, and it's got kind of this marbling in there that almost looks to be like a bronzy color. So I actually realized that I picked up a blush brush that was in the box too. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this blush brush to apply the blush, and we'll just see how we like it. It's soft. I mean, it's fairly small. It actually appears to be sort of a flat on one side here. So I'm just gonna take some product on here. It's a little powdery, but you know, I think that's to be expected. The brush I think is a little odd to apply blush with. I don't know how to describe it. I don't feel that it's picking up product. I don't feel that it's picking up the powder. So maybe this would be better suited to, you know, cream products. I don't think that this is a very good powder brush, or brush to work with powder. The brushes that I typically use, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab it and use it now because it's a lot better, is the IT Cosmetics for Ulta Blush Brush. This is the one I usually use to apply my blush, and I am a big fan of it. So this one, it picked up a ton of product, so we're gonna apply it with this. And again, I already said this, but I'm kind of a blush fiend, so that's how I like it. Okay, I look crazy now because I haven't put anything on my eyes yet. This is a blush palette for, I guess, their spring collection. And this is pretty cool. I think this goes for like only $6 or something like that. So we have sort of like a couple of pink shades, a very peachy shade, and this bronzer here on the bottom. This pink probably wouldn't show up on like medium to dark skin tones, but I think the other colors would. So this is an eyeliner and shadow stick. It says Smoke and Black. So this, again, I didn't actually pick these out. These came with the like free gift. Probably isn't something I would have picked out for myself because I tend not to be really drawn to eyeshadow sticks. This essentially has a little cream shadow on one end, and that's sort of a metallic gray. And then looks like on the other end we have sort of a little black pencil liner. So that's kind of a unique product in that it would work nicely for someone who kind of wants a 2-in-1, or for anyone who's really drawn to like cream shadows in general. Wow, this is like a lot more stuff than I realized. This is a matte lip color in the shade Natural, and the only thing I think is a little odd is it shows me a little picture of the applicator, and it looks like the applicator is rounded off the same way like the cream shadow is, and I guess that's a little strange because you'd think it'd be hard to get like a, you know, I guess natural color on the lips. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my lips right now. This is a very light nude pink. This actually reminds me of the Nude Sticks Whisper Pencil, which I absolutely love. The consistency is a little more creamy. I feel like the finish was very satin, so I kind of feel like for them to call it matte, it's a little misleading, but it actually feels really comfortable on the lips. So we'll see if it's long wearing. I actually have no idea if it's going to be long wearing. It also came with a lengthening and volumizing mascara in the shade Black also. It looks to have just a typical bristle wand. This is a long-lasting lustrous eyeshadow in the shade Soiree. Soiree. I'm not gonna try to sound French because I can't do that. Looks like the consistency is super creamy. So if I swatch it on my finger here, that's what it looks like. Let me zoom in here. God, my blush looks insane. I'm gonna put a little of this onto my eyelids and we'll just kind of see how it goes. My powder, I already have some powder eyeshadows down, so it's a little weird, I guess, putting it over a powder, but oh well. Cream over powder can work sometimes, depending on what it is. It's really nice. It's really, really creamy. It actually does remind me of the Maybelline Color Tattoos, and I think these are cheaper than those. The only thing I can't speak to, obviously, is how it wears throughout the day. Does it crease? I also can't speak to whether the product dries out. If you use some type of a synthetic brush, you can blend the edges too. You just wouldn't want to use any natural hair since it's cream. I really enjoy that. I really like that quite a bit. I'm gonna try the eyeliner. I guess I'll go ahead and use the black because that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm actually gonna tightline, and I'm gonna try out this little pencil one that came in the shadow stick combo, and we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try out this eyeliner. The black one's really oversized, so I feel it's going to be a little awkward to draw a wing with it, but we're gonna just try. I probably will not go too ham on the wing. I'll try to keep the wing mildly reasonable. I'm actually pretty impressed with the application of it. It's pretty opaque. If you need a couple of layers to get it opaque, but I think that it is. And it glides on pretty nicely. I'm gonna go back in with just a little bit of the black liner into to tightline. I just don't want there to be any visible gaps between the liquid liner. This kind of broke off a little bit, so I don't think this would be too long lasting. I'm gonna go in with my lash curler, and then I'm going to use the mascara as well. My super cute mascara face. It doesn't seem to come off with a lot of product. Sort of trying to wiggle it the way I normally would from the base up. I don't love it. It's sort of, I guess, a little lackluster. My lashes don't seem to be curling very well with it. I think the mascaras go for $2 or $3, and I honestly feel like for the price there actually are better options. The Jordana Great Lash Extreme, the one that I had in my last empties video, I actually loved that mascara, and it's less than $3. So for the price point, I would get the Jordana over this one. This isn't bad, I just don't think that it's anything special. I'm gonna be using my trusty Cover FX Moonlight, and I'm just gonna use this small tapered brush, and we'll see how it works to apply it. So it appears to have picked up a pretty good amount of product. We'll just see how it kind of lays it down. Pretty subtle application of color. I don't think it's really dusting it on too heavily. I actually usually use a Delium Tools brush to do this, but that's not bad. I think maybe it would be better for setting powder because I feel the application's a little dense. It's nice to have something fluffy. I'm gonna try again with the blush brush, even though I know I just tried to use it for blush. I'm gonna try a little of this kind of bronzer shade and we'll just kind of see how that works out. So I'm gonna push it up into the product like so. Now that got a lot on the brush. I'm gonna tap some of that off. But we're just gonna try to bronze up a little. See how that goes. It's a little warm, it's a little orangey, but it's not bad. It is actually really soft for blending. I think it just doesn't honestly deposit very much product. I think it blends product okay, but in terms of actually applying it, I don't think it's really quite dense enough to do that very well. I guess that's kind of the whole video. I basically just wanted to try some of the products out, see how they worked for me. The standouts for me were, I liked the baked blush, I actually liked the bronzer. I liked this kind of highlight tapered brush a lot, and I liked the matte lip color. Oh, and I actually really liked this cream shadow also, which is the long-lasting Lustrous eyeshadow, and I will list all the products in the down bar too. I don't know, the mascara wasn't anything special. It wasn't bad. I think it was actually pretty similar to the Maybelline Great Lash, which is actually one that I use almost exclusively on my lower lashes. The cream blushes were a miss for me too. I will continue to play with them, but I just feel like they don't blend into the skin very well. So maybe instead of me applying it to my skin and patting in with my beauty blender, it would actually be better for me to take a super damp or, you know, wring out, but like a freshly damp beauty blender and actually dip directly into the blush and apply it that way, which wouldn't be my typical preferred application of cream blush, but I think that maybe for these particular cream blushes would be better than the alternative, which was that I put it directly on my skin. I think it just started to like set into my skin before I blended it out, which was my fault. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope this was interesting. This isn't really a typical type of video that I would normally film. The main reason I wanted to film it is just to try these products out on camera, show you a haul. I don't normally haul a lot of stuff because I just don't buy a lot. I really try not to buy a lot of makeup at the current time. The reason I obviously justified this is that it was very cheap and it gave me an opportunity to try out a brand that I sort of put off. I think I sort of thought of e.l.f. as kind of just like shitty products. Like I didn't really give them a chance again after not having used them for a few years. So I will say I'm really happily surprised by some of these. And I think this is an awesome brand for someone who wants to be able to pick up some items at a really affordable price point. And this is also awesome for people just starting off with makeup, because if you spend $2 on something and you don't like it, it's a lot better than spending $20 on something and not liking it. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you have any questions or suggestions for other videos, please leave them down below, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.